everyone, this is Christy, SaltyStitcherDesigns. I create cross-stitch patterns based on my travels and other interests. And today I want to go through my June accomplishments, so end of the month update. If you want to see some of my earlier accomplishments, go ahead and take a look at my mid-month update. It's, I think, Flosstube 69. But this is Flosstube 71, 72. I think it's 72. We're going to go with 72 for now. And yeah, we're going to look at everything I've accomplished. It's been a big month with stitching and StitchCon. I also released a video of a StitchCon update. It's I don't do any of the talking or explaining. It is just all of my video of StitchCon. So I hope you enjoy that. Go take a look at that. If you're new to my channel, I've had a huge bump in subscribers and I'm grateful for that. Thank you for subscribing, and yeah, I hope you enjoy checking out some of my stitching. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with some whips. We'll talk about some StitchCon starts that I had. We'll talk about some plans for July. And some StitchCon haul with some thanks, and yeah, I think we'll get started then. All right, so whips. So I participate in WIPGO, and for June, the June numbers were number 21 and 23. This is my WIPGO chart, and I know it's backwards, so don't worry about trying to read it, but the way I do WIPGO is I put 3 projects down for each number for each month, and it's categorized as, the first one's my own design. I definitely want to stitch on my new designs. The second goal would be a full coverage project, which are my own designs based on my travels. And the third project that I want to work on would just be patterns that interest me. So let's see, number 21 for June, I had my own design, obviously, which I did have a finish of a new pattern. That'll be coming out probably in August time frame, or maybe actually mid-July time frame. The full coverage was the Pelican, and this is my Pelican. Let's see if I can get it without some glare. That is my Pelican. And I took this picture on an excursion while in Namibia. And we were on just a sightseeing boat, looked more like a fishing boat, or not a trawler, but maybe just a fishing boat. Anyway, there were a bunch of us on there. They were feeding the pelicans, and pelicans, you know, had our number. They knew they were going to get fed. So we had a bunch of them, and they were really friendly. And I was able to snap a really neat picture and of them pretty close to us. I think that pelican was about 3 feet away, which is really neat. So I converted that picture into a chart, and this is where we are now. I will put a picture maybe right there of where I was before. And I accomplished roughly 2,000 stitches, just working on the blue. This is, let's see if I can get this right. This is the pelican's head here. So I'm just trying to get the blue done, and it's a lot of fill-in, which is nice. But I love how it's coming together. It's there are a lot of color changes, and I'm a cross-country stitcher, so I usually take one color, finish the thread, go to the next color, finish the thread. This is on an easy grid fabric. I want to say it's maybe 25 count, and I'm using 1 strand of DMC. There are 110 colors in there. So that is the Pelican. My second project for June is the Star of Sumatra, and this is an ink circles. This is an ink circles pattern. I've showed it before. I'm using the called for Gloriana silks. And I did not take it out of the hoop, but you can see this is where I'm at. I worked on this motif. Put it a little closer. I worked on this motif, and then I go across here. I got about 1,000 stitches in on this one. This is, I think I'm gonna take this with me and maybe continue stitching on it if I have some time. In this bag, if you've watched some of my videos before, you know that I keep multiple patterns sometimes in multiple bags. And if that WIPGO is called, I'm gonna work on it. So in this bag, I have a bonus pattern. It's a Long Dog Samplers. It's Fish and Chips. And I worked on Fish and Chips just a little bit, and ooh, everything's sticking to each other. Let's get this all sorted. Okay. Let's see, and that's DMC 796. Okay, so I'm using, this is Fish and Chips. This is how far. There we go. And that is roughly 500 to 1,000 stitches. And I am using DMC 796. It's just a beautiful, beautiful blue, and the fabric is, it looks like it's a forbidden fiber parchment. So I'm really enjoying, I love the Long Dog Samplers. They are really fun. I'm really enjoying stitching that. Those and ink circles patterns are probably my favorite. Okay, so that, let's see, Starved Sumatra was not called. I have to put it over to the side here and decide whether I am going to continue stitching on it. Okay, so the next one was, let's see, for WIPGO was number 23. And that was the Lanterns and Mermaid Treasure Amethyst. So the first one, the Lanterns, and a lot of you have heard the story, but it is worth repeating. I took a picture in Hoi An, Vietnam, in 2019, and this is just one aspect or one blown up version of that picture, cropped out, converted it into a chart, and it's the Lanterns. And I made a lot of progress. This is about 4,000 stitches this month. I really had fun filling in the rest of the blue. And again, I will put right around here, I will put where I was at the beginning of the month, and I'm pretty sure I filled in the blue, filled in a lot of the red, came down in this red lantern, filled in a little bit on the top, but this is about 4,000 stitches. I think I am at roughly 3% complete, 3 or 4%. It's a pretty daunting project. It is obviously full coverage, but is also full color. So there are about 200 plus colors in this, and it's a pretty big chart, but I'm really excited how the Lanterns are coming along. And again, I was working on right there, the blue, the black in the corner, the blue, and then this red lantern right here, and it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, the second project was a Bella Filippina, Mermaid Treasure, the Amethyst. That's, give you a little close-up. She is gorgeous. And I worked a little bit on her at StitchCon. I didn't get as many stitches in as I wanted to. I don't even know if I have a picture of her yet, so we'll just go with this picture. But the last time I worked on her, I worked on down here on the purple, and at StitchCon I was able to work on her hair and a part of her head area. And it is, the colors are spectacular. This is a hand-dyed by Rolanda fabric. It is a 32 count Lugana, and I do have all the beads to go with her. So you are going to see a lot of her this month because she is called for in next month's, in July, WIPGO. So you're going to see a lot of Bella Filippina, and this is one of the projects where I actually have a bonus chart in there, Cosmic Mermaid, and this is the Primitive Hare. I did not get a chance to work on the Cosmic Mermaid this month, but I'm hoping to finish the whale tail, or not the whale tail, the mermaid tail. The mermaid tail this month as well. So this is gonna stay with me through July, which is really exciting. Okay, so I worked on a few other items this month. The first one was put a bird on it, and this is a stitch along hosted by the Sunshine Stitchers, and it is a modern folk embroidery pattern. I am stitching it with Silks for You PR 148 on Mani Didana 40 count Summer Sunset. And I showed this in the last video. This is where I'm at. I finished Big Blue. Big Blue is what EJ calls this big motif in the center. And it's big blue regardless of what color you're stitching it, because in the pattern it's just this big blue one. So I'm pretty sure I'm roughly halfway, 50%. Pattern Keeper mentioned 50%. Ah, there we go. Sorry, everything's backwards on this new setup. So in July, this is also part of my plans. I'm going to go ahead and hopefully put a nice dent in it. I may even finish early. It's such a fun stitch. It goes so quickly. I love how this is turning out. The other pattern that I've worked on was Lady of the Flag, and you all know what she looks like, but this is where I'm at right now. I put a bunch of, let me give you a good look. I still have her in the nerd frame because I was working on her last night, and I was working on this part of her dress last night, and I'm just coming down with it. So I feel like I'm trucking now, and pretty exciting to put a lot of stitches in Lady of the Flag. She is also going to stay out for some more stitches, and I plan to finish her dress down here, and then there's a part of her dress that comes out and up and around. I plan to finish that. If I can get all of the stitching done in July, I think I'll be happy, and then I'll just have all of the beading to go through. So that is Lady of the Flag. I showed you Fish and Ships, and I have two new starts that I started at StitchCon, so they're right next to me here. The first one was Teresa Kogut's June Patreon release, American Folk Art Symbol. It's for tiers 2, 3, and 4. So I should back up a little bit. Everyone at my table was stitching We the People, and I'll put a picture of We the People up there. And a lot of them finished it, and we took a picture up front, rang the bell for most of us. But I didn't have, other than Lady of the Flag, I didn't have another patriotic chart to work on, so I decided to go ahead and work on this. This is stitching up really quickly. I'm pretty excited. Let's see, I am using DMC thread, but I brightened up some of the colors a bit. And I'm looking for the fabric card. I believe this is a Fortnite fabric. Fortnite fabric that, yeah, I don't have it, that I had in my stash. So it is 40 count Fortnite fabrics. And that's what I have so far. That was, it's a really fun stitch. It's coming together quickly. I think I may keep this out and put a few stitches in this month. I have not decided yet. But because it's July, and I think maybe we'll keep it out a little bit. Okay. And then let's see. And then I started another long dog sampler, Fisherman's Friend. And I do have the card. I'm stitching this on Fabrics by Stephanie Kaleidoscope. It is 40 count, and I am using DMC 3808. So a beautiful teal. Now, it's not showing up well there, but you can see it in right here in the it is gorgeous. I really like how this is coming out. I usually stitch one thread on 40 count. This is a new StitchCon, or a new needle minder that I got at StitchCon. Let's see, see if you can see it. It's funny, it looks like the cat's playing or doing other things in the garden, so a lot of fun. But this is what I have right now on Fisherman's Friends. That was a fun start. Okay, so I think that covers all of my current whips. So I'm going to shift gears to plans. Okay, let's talk plans. So for WIPGO this month, or this month coming, it is number 2 and 16. And for 2, I don't have any current designs that I'm working on. So I think I probably need to start designing. So instead of stitching on my own design, I will do a bit of designing. And let's see, we have the diver for my full coverage. So this is the diver. And this is where I'm at currently. And this is the start of part of the diver. So I think I'm just going to continue filling in cross-country stitching and filling in the colors, moving over in a kind of in a diagonal direction. And so this appears to be a hard page finish down there, so maybe I'll try and finish another page or two up in this direction. So that is the diver I'll be working on. And then Hare and Bessie came up. I really want to get a lot of stitches on Hare and Bessie. This is the one I restarted a couple times. Just because it wasn't comfortable to stitch. So this is where I'm at right now, and again I'm going to keep working across color by color. And this one is on, I believe it's a 20 count easy grid fabric, so it's a lot easier to stitch. I'm still using one thread, and it's coming out nicely. So pretty excited about that. So those are my full coverage. And then the third chart would be Mermaid Treasure, and I just showed you that. So I think I'm going to finish her head. I'm still deciding whether I want to stitch her skin 1/1. I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes. So I think I'll give that a shot, and it should look really pretty, but that's gonna slow me down a little bit. So if I get her face and her head done this month, that'll be good. And Mermaid Treasure shows up twice, so that is twice the fun this month. I already mentioned I'm going to keep out Teresa Kogut's for July patriotic Americana stitching, and I'm going to keep out Lady of the Flag. So we'll work on that. I do have plans in July to go visit my family, so I'll bring a couple of my patterns or a couple of the projects with me on that. So, okay, I'm going to tidy up here, and then we're going to move on to StitchCon haul. As I was putting stuff away, I just noticed that I did not start one of the projects that I had indicated that I was. So I've been threatening to start Satsuma Street's Cactus Cat here for a little bit, and I think because I don't typically travel with my full coverage projects, I think I may take Cactus Cat with me on my trip, along with Mermaid Treasures and Put a Bird on It, and we'll call those 3 projects what I'm going to work on while I'm away. So maybe Cactus Cat will finally get a start. Okay, StitchCon haul. As always, I should start off with just thanking Barbara and the team and everyone that put StitchCon together. It was such a good time. Mom came up and joined me this time around. I drove from Millington in Tennessee, that's just north of Memphis, and raced to the airport, picked up Mom. We got there Wednesday night, and it was a little late. It was probably around 9 o'clock. And said hi to the people who were stitching in the lobby, socialized for a bit, and then we got up bright and early to get in line, to get our tables. So I was meeting about, I would say 10, 12 other ladies that I went to StitchCon last year with, and special shout out to Nisi Lynn, Patty Penn, Hare, Ann, Nancy was there. We saw Nancy, Jeanne, Ashley, and I know I'm forgetting a bunch, but so much fun to sit with you and see what you all were stitching. So a couple things that I found in the annex. I just dropped a bunch of stuff. That's okay. We'll start with the fabric here. I just found some beautiful fabric. This one, Atomic Ranch Fox, a 36 count linen. It's just beautiful. It is begging for a pattern. And I've also purchased some almond M&Ms and some Forbidden Fiber Co. purple floss. And it is just begging for a pattern, so I could not pass that up. So I'll be designing those. I found an Atomic Ranch. This is a 40 count rose. It's Rose of Sharon. Hand dyed fabrics and silks. Bestitch Me. Hot Cocoa, a 40 count Verdal. Yeah, that's about right. And Bestitch Me Lunar, 40 count. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. Right there. These were so gorgeous. In addition, I found some needle minders. You can't have enough. So let's see, good old Mickey. I love to have a color wheel, especially when I'm designing. Let's see, the sea turtle. And I love the bedazzled lobster. That was just a lot of fun. So that's really all. Oh, no, I lie. I was gonna say that's all I purchased, but that is not true. I, let's see, found this on the freebie table. So barefoot needle art. I don't know if I already have this pattern. It looks like something I would purchase, but I found that on the freebie table. Okay, this one was great. Boomerang Stitches Freak for the Beak. And I actually kitted this up. This looks like so much fun. I need to get with Nisi Lynn and Patty Penn to see if we can do a stitch along. And look at those colors. This is just going to be so much fun. And let's see, the Stitch Crip Cross Stitch Curiosities. I got the cephalopod. And I kitted him up as well, so I have the fabric and the thread. There, let's see, what else? I found this on the freebie table, Palms and Pineapples. You never know when you need to stitch a good palm tree. And the Blue Flower, Sea and Shore, and I also had keepsakes kitted up for me, so I have the thread. So this one looks like so much fun. These patterns always fall into the patterns I wish I designed. All well done. A couple more needle minders in this bag, and this is a stitch needle minder. And I think that is all of my haul. I did receive, oh my gosh, the table gifts were absolutely amazing. I'm not going to go through all of them because inevitably I'm going to forget, but I have this entire bag of table gifts, floss drops, all kinds of different things, some honeycomb. What else is in here? Note cards. I mean, it is pin cushions. Oh gosh, thanks to everyone who stopped by. We were actually table 15 this year, so thank you to everyone who stopped by table 15. It was so much fun to see everyone and trade gifts. I did not participate in the smalls exchange. I just ran out of time, but all of the projects were beautiful. So if you made it this far, go take a look at my StitchCon recap video. I take a picture or take some video of the annex. I take some video of the brag table, which was spectacular, worth taking a look at. And yeah, I think that's it for June. We have, let's see, one more day in June, so this will post. This will post here in a bit, and yeah, please like and subscribe. Thanks to everyone who stayed this long, and I will see you in a few weeks. Bye.